Alright, welcome to episode 4 of Atooi, the weekly show where Jools and Perry talk about making games together and playing games together. I'm one of your hosts, Jools, and my co-host is...
Perry. Aloha.
Perry. I like the delay. Is there a delay? Is that a dramatic pause, or is it just a delay?
No, because I thought you were going to say my name, you know. I'm my other podcast, he says my name. So I'm always waiting. I'm like, right, Perry. That's right.
Right. Interesting. Oh, hello. Cheers.
Look at that. Woo!
I have nothing in here, and it's fresh from the factory, so I probably shouldn't put my mouth to it, but cheers.
Yep. I scrubbed mine with... Yeah, so we both got our mugs today, and you got it just before you came on.
Just got dropped off.
Like, literally, we were about to hit record, and you're like, oh, I got a package.
Yeah, we did.
So that's cool.
And we just came up with something kind of fun.
Yeah, we did.
A fun idea. If someone buys a mug, and the link will be down somewhere, then if you buy a mug and prove that you bought a mug, we'll invite you to the show.
Oh, very nice. That's pretty fun, I got to say.
I think it's going to be amazing. So if you buy the mug and show us, we'll have you on the show. There you go. Simple as that.
It's that simple.
That's it. We're done here.
But they have to gush about how much they love Mutant Mudds. That's just going to happen.
They don't even have to do that. No strings attached. Well,
just kidding.
Buy the mug is the string, I guess. If it's attached, that is the string. But beyond that,
cool. Yeah.
There's no strings attached.
You can put coffee in it.
You can put anything in it. Purple poison. All right. So we're going to kick off things with the update of what's going on with Atooi Land.
Hatch Tales, baby. Woo!
Hatch Tales, of course. More goodness on the Hatch Tales front. So what am I working on? I am working on the level themes for all of the campaigns. Obviously, all of the level themes for Hatch is done and has been for a while. Maybe touching up this and that. No, it's pretty much done. I haven't touched that for a while. But now focusing on Holly's Nightmare and Max's Dreamland. So getting those going. There's a couple of
what else could we do?
There.
Awakening, Dreamland, Nightmare. Is there more?
Is there? There might be. And so the fun thing is, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about that because there's a question down below that will come back to that. So I'm not even going to say what I was going to say.
Nice.
Anyway, so I've been working on that. So that's been going great, super fun. And also, Mr. Perry over there has been working on the finishing touches to the wonderful new music.
There's so much
is
music.
A nice... There's a ton of music, both old and new. Well, all new, but the original Hatch stuff. I keep on getting hung up on Hatch and Holly. The original Hatch stuff, and then of course the new Holly and Max and other stuff. Hatch.
Yeah, so I've been working on, kind of what we talked about. Was it last week or maybe the week before? I can't remember, but we talked about the process for like updating. How do you take a chip tune and then make it into an orchestra and then maybe put like a Grant Kirkhope spin on it. And so I was doing that same thing. So the first Chicken Wiggle fans know the first you climb up the vine at the beginning and you jump into the tower, the cloud tower.
Intro, yeah.
And so that's similar and same in Hatch Tales. And so that first world, the cloud tower, is pretty epic. And so I was just going through and I thought, you know what? I'm going to really lean into, what I was talking about on the podcast. I mean, obviously I did that before, but like, hey, let me go through it with some new ears and go through. So it's fun that this music has had 3-4 years, whatever, 3 years
mature.
To mature. Yeah. I mean, it really has. And so,
like we've talked about a couple of weeks ago, and you've also worked on official Playtonic soundtracks with them, which is unexpected and awesome and bizarre.
I know. And now I'm going back.
Now you can go back. Incredible.
It's amazing because I used my Hatch Tales, knowledge to do ukulele, and now I'm using ukulele to go back to Hatch Tales. So
love it. The cycle of life, baby.
Well. Yeah.
So
by the way,
because of that, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to shout out to the Sparks of Hope, that new Mario and Rabbids game that Grant.
Oh, when's it coming out?
I don't know, but I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, that's going to be
Man,
really
that
nice.
soundtrack's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
the first
I
game's so
remember
good.
when
Mario
you
plus Rabbids.
texted me before you were texting me just to get me like just to show me the Kickstarter, like very early on when we met, and you
For
showed
which
me
game?
Grant
Oh, for Hatch
for
Tales.
Hatch Tales
Right.
for
Yeah.
the well, yeah, and you
Yeah.
sent me that song, and I was like, oh my goodness, like you have like Mario. It would sound like Mario and Rabbids,
Yeah. I
which
know
is
the
incredible.
tune that Grant wrote for the
Tune,
Kickstarter.
yeah, so good.
So good. So
So
good.
so yeah,
Well,
so
what's fun is segue is we have a little fun thing to share this week. Last
yeah,
week was show and tell. Now it's listen and tell.
yes,
Is that a
show
thing?
and
Yeah.
listen,
Well,
listen
whatever.
and
Anyway, but we've got some really fun music to kind of show. We're kind of what we're going to do is we're going to play the original 3DS music that Matthew wrote. It's the Cloud Tower, right?
mhm.
And then we will segue to the new music, which Perry has created.
There you
And
go.
I guess we'll. Did you want to say anything before we do that?
Oh, that's it. I mean, like, yeah, I
All right.
just no, we can go straight into it.
And we're back. So, dude, God, it sounds so good, dude. It's ridiculous, actually. It sounds
Thank
amazing.
you.
Love it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it's fun. It's a really fun
Yeah.
process, and it's the freedom,
Yeah.
That's the thing is it's really nice to work with you and stuff because we can do whatever we want. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to go through. I hope Matthew's okay with it, but honestly, he has to be.
He hasn't voiced any discomfort about it, but
Yeah,
it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I mean, I think when it comes to game development and teams and working with other people, the thing that makes the teams at Atooi what makes it, I think, easy is that we all have the same goal, is to make something great. It's as simple as that. There's no egos. There's no
got
other
the game.
agenda. I'm not trying to do something for some other ulterior motive. We're all focused on trying to make a great game. And for the most part, we're all huge fans of Nintendo games. So our vision is fairly aligned. Obviously, there's some uniqueness to it, every individual, of course, but there's a massive overlap. So typically, we're heading in the same direction, which is really exciting. So then that's
Absolutely.
what creates the freedom, because you have the trust and the faith that everyone's trying to do their best in on their
Hmm.
directive, their discipline, which is exciting.
Hmm.
So cool, man. Good stuff.
Absolutely
Really
agree.
fun to share that music this week. That's
Yeah.
what a difference it makes when you play a game and the music and sound effects are so huge in how it feels. I mean, Muds is a prime example. I mean, the music really
I
elevated
mean,
the experience.
legendary.
Yeah, and then the same
That's
thing
why.
will be for Hatch Tales.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's why
playing
it's yeah, absolutely, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, playing that as a console game with the new visuals and the new kind of gameplay changes we're making and stuff, the presentation with the new music, it is a completely different experience. It's amazing.
Because we really changed it. I mean, I love it. You can tell what we did, even in the name alone, from Chicken Wiggle Workshop,
Yeah,
to Hatch Tales. I mean, it
yep,
is now. It
love
is
it.
all about that campaign. It's beautiful, and I think all the artwork and music and sound and everything
Yeah,
is
man, it's
done into
super
it
exciting.
fantastic.
It's redunculous. Cool, man, excellent.
There's
So
some other things that are super exciting.
indeed, so other updates is on the secret casual online party game, which we're going to be called codenamed RBR. RBR.
Now, for Americans, that's RBR.
Thank you for the extra
Just so you didn't
enunciation,
know.
just in case. So, but that's still going great. We're doing testing again. If anyone wants, if anyone's listening and wants to help out and jump on and help us test out the game, it's really casual. It's not heavy or weird or any. We basically just jump on our Discord, reach out to us. And we can add you to a secret channel that we have on there, and that's where everyone who's interested can jump into the secret testers group. And it's really supportive and easy and casual. Like we just jump on there, we do updates, we push it
There's
to
like
Steam.
no barrier of entry, like literally, and
Yeah,
the game
just tell us
itself
you want to
is
do it, and you're in, and we'll give you a Steam code. You can jump on and play it. The game is planned for at least Switch and Steam. But we happen to do Steam because it's so easy to jump into it, so everyone
yeah,
can test it. And there you go. And we just test very sporadically right now, very at the drop of a hat,
right.
because it's kind of we're trying to really iron out some of the problems. So right now, once we get closer to a more stable build, then we can have more scheduled times. Like, great, this time, this day, let's all get together, and we can get hopefully, at least
It's
a
going to
dozen
be
people together and
ridiculous.
play it, because that's, you 13 people in one session is the max. So if we can at least get that in there, then that's
And it's
great
fun
because you get
because
to really experience it,
we've played it internationally, I think over
Yeah,
in Europe
true.
even too. I mean,
Yep,
not just
yep.
even Mexico and Canada, but
Absolutely.
and
No,
it's
there's
been
definitely at least one guy over in
yeah,
England and someone in
and
Finland, I want to say, or Denmark. I don't know. It's kind of amazing,
yeah,
actually. Yeah.
and it's been. I am so excited. I know in this game it wasn't supposed to. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be this crazy groundbreaking game like to us. It was just but it's turning into this like one of my favorite games I've ever worked on type
Super
thing.
fun.
It's just really fun.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to
And
show it
again,
off.
just to temper expectations, it is a smaller game, but we get really excited about small things, as far as like it's fun to do a really small focused product, and then trying to polish it and make it really special, and that's kind of what has got us excited.
Hmm.
But like I said, that's why we always preface it with it's a casual online party game, because that is
Hmm.
it, and that's the goal. That's what we're, I think, have achieved. So it's yeah, super exciting. So skibbity bibbity, nice,
Awesome.
nice as ice. All right, so now we're on to the questions.
Question segment.
Hmm,
All right. Well, I'm going to lead into this.
do it.
Okay. So this is from Discord. That guy is Will. He says, I know you can switch between the new HD art and the original pixel artwork from Chicken Wiggle on 3DS, but will you also be able to switch between the two styles with the new content that wasn't in the original game, such as Holly and Max's campaigns? So,
Good
is the
question.
question on
That guy
Holly
as
and
well.
Max, do they have
Yeah.
pixel versions as well?
Yeah, and exactly, and that's what I nearly gave away earlier. And the answer to that is simply yes, which is delightful.
Oh, crazy.
So all of Holly's stuff and all of Max's stuff, yeah, has pixel stuff as well as HD stuff. Pretty much the same process as before, I think. Like I'll go in there and create the pixel stuff and then create the HD stuff afterwards. Yeah. Anyway, so that's great. So yeah, I mean, basically all gameplay you can switch between the two.
It's amazing because like the pixel artwork is not just it's not just lifted from Muds. It's reworked into the Chicken Wiggle. I mean, the Hatchtails format.
Yeah, exactly. And in the future, we'll
It's
probably share some
reminiscent.
of that. Yeah, no, it takes from that, but we kind of have to then squeeze it into the format of Hatchtails, which is about 30 or 40 tiles that make up the ability to magically just draw and create a level, and it just automatically makes it look nice.
Dynamically changes
Yeah,
and really
it's
cool.
such a glorious thing. So you have to create a bunch of tiles for every single possible permutation of corner and inner corner and outer corner and all the rest of it. So yeah, you have to adapt. So every theme is, like I say, about 30 or 40 tiles that represent that theme as far as the actual platforms you stand on or the ceiling you bump into. And then you've got then a back layer, which is like a pillars or whatever that's behind that. And then you have the clouds in the background.
Hmm.
So yeah, man. And then they do a pixel and an HD version of each.
And it's I've always told you I thought it'd be so much fun to make like Super Max Land which is kind of like a Game Boy version, kind of like how Super Mario Land, that weird Super Mario Land 2,
Yeah,
weird versions, bizarro
yeah,
versions.
yeah.
Even Link's Awakening is kind of that too,
Yeah,
from
you mentioned
Zelda.
that before because it has
It's
like
just
Goomba and stuff in
bizarro.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And so just
yeah.
that kind of, and now I feel like you kind of have
Now we
that. I
have
mean, and
it.
then Max's
Exactly.
Dreamland is like almost
Yeah,
like that Game Boy demake
it's
of
weird.
Mutant Mud.
Yeah, because it'll be a bizarro fusion of Max in a theme that's familiar, to Mutant Mudds, but then with enemies from Hatch Tales. It's like I can shoot, but I can also shoot up and down, which you couldn't before. So it's a really cool bizarro fusion of the
Very
two
cool.
worlds colliding
Yeah.
together.
So much fun.
Nice. All right, we've got another two questions rolling up for Mr. Thatherton over there. First one from Eduardo Licious. Can we get a tour of Perry's dope-looking log cabin?
I love
Because you do look like you're living in a log cabin in the middle of the forest. You do look like
that's. I'm glad you think that. This is the sunroom that we
you built it, right?
updated.
You added on, right?
Well,
This
no, it was
extension,
here, but like
or you redid the inside,
we didn't add on. It is an add-on, but we didn't.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it did like 30 years ago.
Right?
But we replaced all the windows and stuff. It basically looks. It's a very small room, but it's basically this on the other side, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of baby changing tables over there.
Right.
So, but yeah, and this is so yeah, we spray foamed and put. There wasn't even like any outlets in here, and it
Oh
was
wow!
just.
So you have to
It was kind of like always hot or always cold,
Yeah.
and now it's
I
fun.
like
So.
to imagine because right now through the windows it's just pure white, right? We can't see
Right,
any definition.
right.
So I like
'Cause
to
of that.
imagine you're in a big kind of like wooden kind of tower and you're just above the clouds, and that's just
I'm in
clouds
Atooi
there.
Towers.
Yeah. So you're in the treehouse
Yeah,
towers
and that's
right
what we
now.
call it. We call it the treehouse up here, so
Hmm.
it's just kind of fun.
Yeah, super fun. Nice. Well, follow up question, which is completely unrelated, and it's from a different person, in fact, Mr. Meatbox.
Mm.
Both of those guys, by the way, actually, and I believe maybe that guy as well who did the first question, are all in our Discord group. And I think at
You've been
least
playing with
two of
us.
them, but I think all three of them are, secret testers for the secret games. So pretty cool.
RBR.
RBR. Last question from Mr. Meatbox. What's Perry's beard care routine?
I have a buzzer and I buzz it sometimes. And
Nice.
that's it. I don't do any oils
That's
or
the only
anything
care.
like that.
Well, it looks luscious and luxurious. So
Thank you.
nice. Alternatively, what has been his favorite thing to have worked on so far?
That is so tough because they're all fun, Jules.
Mm-hmm. You know it.
One of the fun challenges was doing a Pick Tui puzzle. Like that process was really fascinating, where you design the puzzle and in black and white of what it is, and then after that, then you test it out to make sure it works, and then you fill it in with color, and the
They look
full
nice.
realization of that was really good. That's
Mm-hmm.
one of them. But I think that like pure fun has to be the music for RBR.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
might
I
be
can
my
see that.
favorite thing I've done.
Yeah.
It's just I just
Yeah.
had so much fun with it, and I think it
Nice.
shows like I think it's a pretty fun soundtrack.
Yeah.
So
It's
that'll be fun to show.
It's loose and fun, and yeah, I can see that, and it turned out amazing, which is nice.
Thank you.
Mm.
And the art turned out amazing too, Jules.
Stop it, Charmer. All right, so now we're on to announcements. Mr. Thatherton, take us away.
That's right. So we know it's Mutant Mudds' 10th anniversary, right?
Yeah, it is.
So this is a tease, but we have fun plans to
Teasing
celebrate
hurts,
Mutant
Perry.
Mudds' 10th anniversary.
Teasing hurts. Sorry, you have what? I was talking over you at the time. Sorry about that.
We have fun plans to celebrate Mutant Mudds' 10th anniversary.
Wow. That's exciting.
And
what could they be?
Year.
We actually know what they are, but we just can't say right now.
We can't say right now?
Yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah, 10th year anniversary for Mudds came out on the 3DS in 2012. I think it was January 26th, I believe, or 24th. I think it was 26th. So obviously we missed a specific birthday. Oh, dude, crazy. Yeah, because obviously we were making it in 2011. We were hoping for it to release at the end of that year, but it spilled over to January, which actually worked out amazing for us. Yeah, it was 10 years ago. Whew, amazing.
Yeah, I remember that like it just happened. I remember
and how
when
on earth
came out.
And there aren't many games from that time and or on the 3DS that are
Yes.
still talked about today and still released for the 10th time
Yeah, I
today.
know. No, I just
And
remember Mutant
yeah,
Mudds and Mighty Switch Force. Remember? I mean, that
yeah,
was like,
they
and
were
everyone
very close
comparing
in
the
release
two.
dates. Yeah,
Um, I can't really think of anything else from like the indie. There just wasn't a lot. Oh,
yeah,
remember the days when there wasn't a lot, and
I
you
do
could
remember
basically
those
just play
days.
everything that came out.
They were good days.
They were good
Now it's
days.
quite the opposite. It's too much choice, and most of it is not choice.
Hmm.
Um, mm,
But that's fun.
but yeah, so
And Mutant
10,
Mudds was so different too when it first
yeah,
released in a
that was
lot of
super
ways,
fun.
And a lot of things people should look up, by the way, is the
Mm,
Japanese release of Mutant Mudds is
mm,
fascinating to me.
yeah,
Has all that kanji, and it's like,
and
I think it's awesome.
yeah, no, that worked out great. And I think the game, gosh, I always forget the name in Japanese is something like Mud's Attacks or something like that. I always forget what it is.
Oh,
The actual name over there is a little different. God, I always
interesting.
forget what it
Yeah.
is, but it's something really amazing, like that.
Yeah, I know. I
But
love
in
that. I love
Japanese,
that.
yeah,
So
it's
it
super
was
fun.
localized. And
Completely
who's that?
localized.
Who was that localized? Who published it?
I want to say it's Rainy Frog, right?
Or Circle? Or
Well, Circle actually did publish Zeo. Well,
that's what
hang
it
on.
was. That's,
Oh, I lose track. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah. Isn't
awesome
that
publishing
funny? But yeah.
partners. But well, we're working with both Circle and Rainy Frog, and they're both awesome. So that's why I kind of get them mixed up because they're both just really nice people and nice companies. But I think Mods on 3DS, yeah, was Rainy Frog and Circle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Zeo. I lose track. I
Anyway.
don't know. Anyway,
Anyway, Muds.
so
Muds.
this
This was
year, yeah, we
pre
have
Muds
some fun
Deluxe.
things. Yeah, some fun things planned for this year. We're hoping will come out this year to celebrate Muds.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's people give us a hard time for re-releasing Muds 10 million times, but and I can see how it seems like we're just trying to milk it financially. And sure, absolutely right. That's absolutely a part of it. Hey, if we have something we're proud of and we can sell it, people are willing to buy it. Why would we not do that? But beyond that, it's just something that we're proud of, and it's really kind of our Mario, right? It's our kind of little mascot, kind of main character. So it's just a joy to bring it to new consoles. So as long as people are willing to be interested in it, we'll continue to do that. So it's fun. It's just fun.
That is fun.
So yeah, we look forward to announcing what we're up to this year later.
Hmm.
All right, on to playing games. I have been playing. I'm still bitten by the Pokemon bug. So, for reasons I can explain this, is I am playing Pokemon Moon on the 3DS/2DS right now. And why, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you.
Why?
Like I was loving Arceus, and I was, but I kind of just faded off it a little bit. And I think because I wanted something a little bit more traditional, not because Arceus isn't great, it is. I just wanted something a little bit more traditional Pokemon. I'm like, what can I play? But I wanted something that still had the quality of life update that shows you how effective the attacks are, because
Mm.
I'm lame like that. So all right, what was the first game? I literally asked this question on Discord. What was when did they first introduce that? What was the first game that introduced that? And
Hmm.
someone, replied, I should thank them, but that's way up in the stream. I forgot to grab it. Oh well. But they replied saying it was Gen 7, which I'm like, oh, that means nothing to me. What game was that? Sun and Moon. All right, cool. And I already had it. And I did dip in it. I did buy it when it released. And I played it for a little bit and then trailed off. So now I'm diving back in. And there you go. So that's what I'm playing, and that's why I'm playing it.
And it has the Hawaiian theme.
It does, and I love
I've
Hawaii.
never played these games.
And also the word Atooi is stolen from the Hawaiian Islands. It was
There you go.
what was believed to be the name of Kauai by James Cook, the explorer, back in 17 something or other. Anyway, so there you go. So I'm a fan of the
Very cool.
Hawaii's, so that's why I'm playing it. How about you, Perry? What are you playing?
I picked up a game I've always wanted to play. I saw it for $2 on Facebook.
Wow,
That is Polarium.
$2
Yeah, I got it for $2
in box. Wow,
in
that's amazing.
box. I know. I just couldn't pass it up. I was like, okay. I mean, $4 shipping. What are you gonna do?
Of course.
$6. I'll take it for $6.
Wow, that's amazing.
And this is produced by Mr. Satoru Iwata.
Amazing.
And
Wow.
this is I mean, I think it's a launch game for DS. I
I
think
think it
it's
was,
very,
right?
it's
Yeah.
very. And so I
So
grabbed
how is
my
it?
I grabbed my DSi XL.
Very
And
nice.
I love this thing. I have a few of them actually. I think I have 5 of these. But
Wow.
yeah,
Big
I'm kind of
handheld fan.
obsessed. Yeah. And it's so interesting. There's a lot of weird, the menu design is weirdly archaic. Like every time you start the game, like, do you want to view the tutorial? And it's like, no.
I
Like
still don't.
I like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the way you pick stuff, like if you want to redo it's in it, the puzzles are very interesting. But I once you get past that, the puzzles are very, it's unlike anything, but you're basically trying to align it so that all of you drag a line so that you can make all of the boxes flip to the opposite, the
Oh, that
polar
sounds okay.
opposite.
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
and then and
Oh,
then it's
Polarium.
pretty, yeah. And so it's and then once they get in, it's kind of like Tetris. They once you connect them and they're all the same color, they break. But it's just
Right.
it's really, it's every puzzle so far. I've played like 40 of the puzzles. I don't know
Wow.
if it changes, but every puzzle is one movement. I mean, it's really, you're just dragging one line through and then you're
Wow.
trying to get it,
Interesting.
and then you hit and boom, and then it goes,
Huh.
and that's it. So it's really simple. But there's like, this is back in the cool days where they had like there's like I think there's a downloadable demo that
Oh,
you can
yeah.
play that,
Wow.
like
Weird.
other people can download it from their DS, which
DSi?
I think is still incredible.
Wow.
DS. And then like I think there's a multiplayer mode, I
But
mean, it
when
says that.
you download the demo from the cartridge, you mean? Or
Yeah,
from
so
the
it has the
DSi?
wireless,
Yeah.
it has the single card download play
Oh,
demo
yeah.
version.
Okay.
And then it
Okay.
also has wireless DS multi-card
Wow.
play. So I don't.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
so I've been playing the puzzles. And there's challenge, which seems to be the bigger of the, which I haven't touched
Right.
yet. That makes a lot more
Wow.
sense.
Isn't
Oh,
that
I bet
amazing?
challenge is actually a lot more fun. I'm excited
The
now to dive back into this.
DS was so cool like that because that just made me remember. I had one copy of Mario Kart on DS, but you could do that mode where they can do the
Oh,
download
dude,
play, and you play
yes,
as Shy Guy if you
yes,
downloaded it.
different colors and
Actually,
stuff.
the only way you can play Shy Guy, I guess, in that version of the game. And I remember playing that in the office, when I worked somewhere 8 years ago, and
Yeah,
that was so much fun. It worked
dude.
great.
It was incredible. Like
Yeah.
I remember we had at my friend's house growing up, my friend had had a couple little brothers. So when all of my friends got together at his house, and then the little brother with their friends, we had 8 of them, all of them with our own DS. We're all playing. They're upstairs above us. We're downstairs. We're all playing Mario Kart. Dude, best time of my life. Like,
Amazing. Yeah.
couldn't be more
So
fun.
good. The
And
game
Mario
is so
Kart
good.
DS is amazing. And
It
just
is.
that,
It's incredible.
that local download is something that is just kind of lost now because
Yeah.
files are so big, and it's just not the same.
Yeah, and the internet now
So-
is here, and people, are using it.
Yeah.
It is. It's just different.
Yeah, it just makes sense. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things that is totally lost that I think is still
Yeah.
really cool. And a couple of years ago, I even because you can do it with 3DS. You can play the Mario Kart DS on there and still download to other people's DSIs and DS. I remember doing that. Now it's just good stuff. So
Mario Kart 3DS is so good too. Amazing.
it is. Mario Kart
What
7
a great series.
looks so good. Although
Incredible.
I do have something against it, which is Waluigi is not in it playable. But they troll you with the Waluigi pinball level. Is it?
Yes.
He's not playable.
Interesting. That's very strange. I wonder why they did that.
But yeah. Oh, and then the Mario Kart, the new, all those 48 more levels is coming to. That's crazy. So
it is, man. Yeah, man. Totally.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing. I've also been playing some Xenoblade 2, funnily enough. But
look at you.
I'm not going to get into that. But,
right. Okay. But you've been having fun with it, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Quite a beast it is.
I don't think I've been playing anything else. Nope.
And then I want to jump into this soon.
Oh.
Ever Oasis.
Very nice. I'd be interested to hear what you think about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Visually gorgeous. Really impressive game.
Yeah. I think I'm going to love it. I think so.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hate it. I don't think so.
Oh, and actually, just speaking of games randomly, last week or 2 weeks ago, I mentioned, or maybe the first episode, actually, I think games I recommended was Voice of Cards. And since then, they announced that there's a second Voice of Cards game coming out this week.
Crazy.
Well, next week? I think it's this week, actually, weirdly enough. I already pre-bought it, so I didn't worry about the date. But so that's fun. So that's amazing. And it's not a sequel per se. It's just a continuation, just a new story in that engine, basically. Very interesting. So that's fun. Looking forward to it. So skibbity
That is
bibbity.
fun.
Voice of cards.
I will say, speaking of cards.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Game Decks. How are you doing?
Look at
Mutant
that.
Mudds and Mutant Mudds Super Challenge.
Two
Look at
different
that.
games.
Beautiful.
Yep. This one's all sold out. Super Challenge is sold out.
Done. Dusted.
That was done and dusted. But you can still buy limitedrungames.com. You can buy the original for a limited time.
Oh, wow.
Too.
Dude.
But this is a board game based off of Mutant Mudds, and it's really
so fun. You guys did an amazing job with that. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And the crazy thing, they're all compatible with each other. So the ukulele, the new Toe Jam and Earl, you guys
Toe Jam and Earl, which is going to be
now.
Sold. It's only on sale for another few days, and then it'll be gone. So
yeah,
anyway,
amazing. And you can play them all together, which is
play them all together.
It's really clever because you not only can use the board pieces and stuff and make different, layouts and courses around it. That's great. But what that brings with it is new gameplay, is new abilities, new features that don't exist in the other game. So it's more than just a visual, oh, neat, I have pieces of ukulele with Mudds, with Toe Jam. It's more than just a visual, oh, that's cool. It's like, oh, now I can do this. When I land on that happens. Or that mini game comes in now, which never used to exist in the other game. So it literally creates a different experience.
It has
which
the
is really
power
cool,
ups,
man. Very clever.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, because it was a lot of work, and so making them universal, but making them all their own thing as well.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
You take the jump pads, and the bosses, and
then they $20 each. How much are they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it's really cool because obviously we got Atooi fans listening to this, so they would love this. But like the differences between these two, Mutant Mudds Deluxe,
quite significant.
So if you think about the actual games, Mutant Mudds Deluxe has isn't it like twice as many levels? I mean, it's a lot more levels.
It has a lot more levels than
because it has the ghost and the granny.
Ghost
DLC.
And granny, is what changes it. Yeah.
So in here there is, because of that, there's a ghost mini game, which is based, and then there's also CGA Land, which is the granny part of it.
Yep.
It's in here, and there's more level cards because there's more levels in this game.
Look out.
But there aren't any bosses in Deluxe. Super Challenge, you can see right there, the bosses are there.
There they are.
So you have these cool boss
Cheeky
challenges
biscuits.
And less level cards. But the cool thing is you can combine them together. A lot of fun. So
poetry.
Yeah, very fun. That was really fun that we got to work on those. So
amazing. When was that? That was, what year was that?
Deluxe came out in with the 2-week collection on the 3DS.
2020, right?
And then, yep.
What year was that? I don't even know.
Yeah, that was like mid 2020.
Yeah, crazy.
And then Super Challenge at the same time. Yep, same time.
Amazing. Beautiful. That's right. Cool, man. Good times. Well, I think that does it for this week. And don't forget, grab yourself a mug. Atooi Talks.
Boosh.
And we'll have you on the show.
That'd be amazing.
I think that'd be a really fun segment because I don't really expect anyone to buy the mugs. So if anyone does, that's amazing and weird and awesome. And don't worry, we're not trying to actually make money from it. It's not, our business is still making video games. We're not trying to go into the merch business. It's just, we just like to have mugs of the stuff
we get on. 50 cents a mug.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. And they are kind of pricey. They're like $20 or something crazy. It's kind of insane, but they are really good quality. And if they do arrive broken, which some of mine have in the past, they will replace them without any charge. I think they just go, yeah, okay, we'll send you a new one. You don't have to send it back. I may have had to send them a photo, maybe. Like it happened to a Chicken Wiggle one, I remember, and I was very sad.
Those jerks.
But no, if you do, I think that'd be fun. It'd be fun to have a future segment where we have someone come on the show, some random person who happened to buy our mug, and we can talk to them about video games, our favorite subjects. I think that would be really cool, actually. So hey, if you buy a mug, let us know.
Whoever had that idea,
and then it'd be amazing. I think that was Ollie's idea. He kind of like woke up and went, and we're like, genius.
Mm-hmm. Good old Ollie. All right,
man. Good to see you.
That's it.
All right, and I'll see you.
Join our Discord. Codename RBR.
Thank you. Definitely. Yeah, jump on Discord and talk and say, hey, I want to check out the secret RBR game. And we'll jump on there and we'll hook you up. Siggy bodam babidi boobity buns. All right, man. You have a good one. See you next time.
See ya.
Booshki. See you, dude.